Hey, what's up, guys? Just got back from doing the Seed of Chucky rant. Yeah, really didn't like that movie. And, of course, I had to talk about some subject matter that I don't really like to touch upon, but had to for the video because it just pisses me off that much more. But, with that being said, Curse of Chucky, this is a movie, I think it took like 9 years until a new Child's Play movie came out. And of course, this is where, they tried to go back to the serious roots of the franchise. And everybody just thinks this movie is all that in a bag of chips. Now, while I don't hate the movie, I do find the movie, I guess, entertaining, if you call it that, maybe. Um, I mean, I find it to be watchable. I wouldn't call this a rant. I don't think I could call this a rant. But I do think this movie is highly overrated. Mainly for the fact that a lot of people think this movie is all that in a bag of chips because Chucky went back to his horror roots. Again, this movie, I remembered really liking it when I first saw it, but again, I believe that was one of the times where hype had got me. I think it got a lot of people. And I wanted to hear a second opinion on it. And I heard a few people, on YouTube talk about it. Some people who praised it. And one guy in particular two people who had rants on it. And I watched both of their rants. And looking at it from a non-biased side, they made some very good points, which I'll be talking about. Again, it's not enough for me to hate the film. I know some people just don't like this movie. I can't say I hate the movie, but I gotta say this movie's got a lot of problems. And a lot of stuff that a lot of people like to sort of overrate this movie, which I'll talk about. So because it's more serious, people think it's really that great, a real great movie and all that. And oh, it's one of the best in the franchise and all this other stuff. I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's really not that good. It's not as good as you think it is, just because it has Chucky going back to his roots. While yes, that's what I would prefer as well, I can't say that this is a good like a good movie. I would say it's a very average movie. Because you gotta think about it. Take out Chucky and what is this movie? It's just a generic Lionsgate direct-to-DVD slasher movie. But throw Chucky into it, well now it's just great. Because he went back to his horror roots. That's my problem. Just some of the editing they did, like when they focus on the chili bowl for a few minutes, is ridiculous. You didn't need to focus on it that long. We get it. There's rat poison in the chili. I get it. We're not idiots. And some of the things they use in the movie, just don't make sense. Some of the CGI looks just terrible. I'm just getting the bad points out of the way. Again, I don't mind the movie, and I'll talk about what I actually do like about the movie. And I hated the ending of this movie. Right? The ending made no sense. I like the plot twist of the movie. Again, that's the big pro point on why I can't fault this movie. Regardless, that was spoiled for me, but it was a great plot twist. You didn't see it coming. Okay? You didn't see it coming. Now, does that mean it's well written? Not necessarily. I mean, there are problems with that, but you didn't see it coming. So I gotta say, for a plot twist, it was a good plot twist. Okay, it wasn't just pulled out of their ass. It was a good plot twist. But, but like I said, just the ending is stupid. It doesn't make sense. The post-credit scene I do like, but it still doesn't make sense. Just this movie seemed like it was just a hype fan service movie. It serviced the people who wanted to see Chucky go back to the horror roots. It serviced the people who wanted to see an original actor, I guess. So you had Alex Vincent at the end post-credit scene. And I mean, I don't know what else, and the fact, I guess, that it's new, but once you get past those things, like, once you watch this movie now, go watch it in 2014 and tell me what you think of this movie now. Grant, some people are gonna just have the same opinion, that's fine. If you like the movie, that's fine. I'm not saying you can't like the movie. But let's look at it with an unbiased opinion now. Now that the movie's a year old, take Chucky out of the movie and tell me it's still a good movie. You know, just, just not that great. I'm sorry. I don't think it's that great. I can't say it's enough to rant because I love the plot twist. That's the only thing saving it for me. If this didn't have that awesome plot twist, this would be a rant. It would, because it wouldn't have enough for me. I didn't think the CGI looked really that good at all. Chucky just looks ridiculous. And he still has that really crappy dialogue that I don't like, where it's like, Chucky, I'm scared. You fucking should be. That's some crafty piece of dialogue. And Chucky has had better dialogue in the past. That's what I'm talking about. Just, there's lots of little things like that irk me. I don't like when, and it's not because I'm against swearing or anything like that, but it's like he has to put the swears in to be intimidating. Like, he could have just said, you should be, and thrown a knife up to her, or did something to scare her, but, like, the fact that he's just like, you fucking should be, like that's supposed to be intimidating. I'm sorry, it's not. Maybe that little girl, it might be intimidating, but you know what would be more intimidating for the audience and the little girl? Put a knife up to her. Do something to scare her. But, we said the F word. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, wow. Boy, that sure was intimidating. Boy, I'm sure scared of Chucky now. Just fuck that. That's stupid. And just like in the first movie, whenever he first came alive, and he's like, you bitch, you cunt, I'll fucking kill you, and all this, like, I'm sorry, but that's like getting to Rob Zombie's Halloween kind of dialogue. Just dropping swears. Just to the point that's not dialogue, it's not intimidating, it's annoying. And I hate when characters use that. Characters should be intimidating because they're intimidating, not because they're swearing. It doesn't work for me. It just doesn't do it. But again, the plot twist, I think, is good. I mean, the movie's slick, which it should be. It's 2013. Chucky looks like shit. I'm sorry. He looks like a girl. Just looks horrible. They could have done so much better. Granted, I understand the plot twist. Yeah, okay, it kind of makes up for it. Maybe. I'd just rather he not have had the plot twist. I'd rather he just, granted, the plot twist was good, and I didn't see it coming, but I think based on hype, you're not going to care about the plot twist. It's not going to be like when you show Saw. When you show Saw to someone for the first time, it's like, holy shit. I never expected that. And it's something to re-show your friends. But this isn't really something to re-show somebody. It's just like, oh, okay. Great, that happened. It's like, it's a good plot twist, but it's not something you'd re-show people. It wasn't that awesome. It was good. I'd say it was good for me personally. Again, I can't rant on the movie, even though I know it sounds like I'm being really harsh on the movie. But it's overrated. And I think that's what I'll actually put in the title. Decent but overrated. Because it is. Again, I'd watch this over Seed of Chucky. I probably would watch it over Bride. I don't know if I'd watch it over Bride. I mean, I still think Bride's funny, even though I don't... Bride's not a masterpiece by any means. But I'd say out of all the serious Child's Play movies, I'd still watch all the serious ones over this one. 1, 2, and 3, I would say, are better than this movie. Because other than the plot twist, it's not that good. It's really generic. It really is. And you got Brad Dourif in the movie. which he does fine. I like the backstory scenes with him in it. I guess that's another good thing. But again, it was more like plot device, plot convenience. Like, I like seeing him in it, but I just there's just problems with that as well. Even though I like it, it's still, I can't look away from the problems. Um, Brad Dourif's real daughter plays Nika, who's a you know, she's disabled, bound to a wheelchair. Um, and that's what I'm saying. You didn't really need that. I don't mind showing, Brad Dourif as Charles Lee Ray back in the day. I like that, but I don't like the plot convenience to where, oh, well, see, he stabbed her, and that's how she became paralyzed. Like, didn't do anything for me. I didn't give a shit. It's not like I rolled with this character for 5 movies, and then, okay, we get to find out why they're chasing, why Chucky's chasing this character down. Oh, it's because back in the day, that's what happened. They want you to feel that way, and you don't. I don't feel that way. I don't give a shit that this girl got put in a wheelchair because of Chucky or Charles Lee Ray. I don't give a shit. I'd rather just see Andy Barclay. Honestly, I would rather see Andy Barclay. The fact that you could get Alex Vincent back for the end, that also pissed me off. It's like, you could have just made a movie with him. What the fuck's Alex Vincent doing nowadays? I don't know because I don't look him up, but for Christ's sake, I'm sure he could have done this movie. The fact that you get him in for a cameo, okay, cool. But let's see some more of Alex Vincent. I'd rather see him than Brad Dourif's daughter, which is what this feels like. It feels like some tacked on fucking movie. Again, just like Seed of Chucky, it just feels like tacked on. It's not a horrible movie, but it's not, in my opinion, it's not better than the first 3 movies. And I know people don't like Child's Play 3, but I know there are people out there that think this movie is all that in a bag of chips, and it's not. I think that was when the hype was around. I think people are coming full circle and realizing what they're seeing here. But I can't say I'm not a fan of the movie, but I just don't get the praise. I don't. It's not that good. It's not a bad movie, but it's not that good either. It's got a lot of problems. Again, I could say I was entertained through the whole thing for the most part. But you don't care about the characters. All the characters are throwaway, with the exception of Brad Dourif's daughter, which, no shit. But, and the ending is fucking stupid. Let's play Hide the Soul. And I think they fucked up the chant, too. Again, I haven't seen this movie since last year, but I remember most of everything. And I think they fucked up the chant. Like, really? You got this chant here, and you can't even get that right. I understand that they messed it up in Bride of Chucky. Okay, fine. You messed it up there. And I think that was Jennifer Tilly who messed it up. But Brad Dourif can't even do the chant right? I mean, come on. You can't tell me the guy doesn't know how to do it. And why is he going to go in a girl's body, a little girl's body? And from what I remember, in Child's Play 2, didn't he say he couldn't transfer into Andy's body because, he's been a doll too long or something? So now he has to stay in that body? But now apparently that doesn't matter? Again, I'm sure a hardcore fan would be able to explain it to me better, but just inconsistencies and stupid shit like this. It's a problem for the movie. And I know this goes on longer than my normal videos, for my normal little reviews. But fuck it. It needs to be said. And the fact that I've seen so many people get hated on for not liking this movie, it's ridiculous. It's not that good. I mean, it's not on the level of Dark Knight and all that of getting death threats if you don't like the movie, but for fuck's sake, this movie is not that good. And I think now, if you watch it in 2014, Now, if there's no hype, you'll see it for what it is. You'll see it for a second viewing, and you're gonna see, oh, hey, yeah, there are problems with this movie. Granted, like I said, I liked it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star when I first rated it. I rated it on Facebook. But I don't feel the same way anymore. After I heard a second opinion, I'm always open for opinions. Always. I'm always open for a second opinion, good or bad. Someone who likes or hates the film. I want to hear their opinion. Because it sure changed the way I looked at the movie. And I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, you know, the more these people ranted on it, the more I agreed with them. Because all the people who praised the movie didn't have anything bad to say. About the only thing bad they had to say was the ending. That was it. And they're like, well, what the fuck was with that? Oh, well, it's a good Child's Play movie because he went back to his roots. And it's slick looking. Like, that's all they had to say. They never had a negative thing to say. But, yeah. Again, decent movie, but highly overrated. That's all I got to say. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. And we'll see you for whatever the next video is. Peace.